Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. Happy first weekend of June. We're into summer. That means, live music everywhere. Get out and support live music, especially if it's outside and you can socially distance, because for some strange reason, COVID's still hanging out. Let's squelch it. Just get rid of it. So, let's talk about what's going on here tonight. Oh my gosh. So when I get to go out to events such as Pass the Guitar or Hoop for Hunger or any of those community-based music events that have a whole bunch of musicians at them all playing amazing music, it overwhelms me to see how much I don't know. I went to Meriden a few months ago, wasn't that long ago, a couple months ago, I guess, to see a Pass the Guitar, and I knew that some of the artists that were there, I knew some of them, but I didn't know all of them, and I was overwhelmed. Good word, right? By the amount of talent that was being brought forth from that stage. Tonight I get to share some of that talent with you. She's incredible. She's brains, beauty, and music all in the same package. She's doing all originals. You know how Grandma feels about originals. And we're going to talk. And she talks on a level that we get. She doesn't talk down to you. She has all the brains and beauty that go with a star, and we're going to hear her tonight. I hope that you are as excited as I am, and I hope that you will welcome into your heart and into your home Miss PonyBird, otherwise known as Jen Delfina. Is that right? Dauphiné. I got it wrong. Dauphiné. Jen Dauphiné, otherwise known as PonyBird. I got it wrong. I'm so sorry.
How are you? I'm PonyBird. Jen Dauphiné is my just everyday name, but PonyBird's the name that I use when I play my originals. And I decided to bring my book with me today to kind of just flip through and play you some of the favorites that I've been taking around to different shows around New England. I've been kind of playing a lot. I wouldn't say touring because I do get to go home and rest most of the time, but I've had this book's getting a lot of use this summer. So here's a one for you called Loved and Wanted, and it's just one of my favorite songs. It's about never giving up. Loved and wanted is the house that we lived in. 'Cause we were never meant to be apart. shining bright for you. Go outside and wait for me tonight, and I will keep my word. The higher I get, the more I have to shine. I'm a flame for you. The higher I get, the more I have to shine. I'm a flame for you. I move over different space. I'm growing over different bounds. My soul often hides its face, and in this truth I have been found. I let myself leave the earth, pulling up from roots and vines, joining others in rebirth, moving over squares and lines. I'm just a comet in the sky, shining bright for you. Go outside and wait for me tonight, and I will keep my word. The higher I get, the more I have to shine. I'm a flame for you. The higher I get, the more I have to shine. I'm a flame for you. Loved and wanted. Loved and wanted. Loved and wanted. Loved and wanted. All right. I hope you're having a good evening out there. That was Loved and Wanted. And the next one is called In the Threads, and it's the first song on my old record from 2014 called Modest Quarters. And I think Dot and I will talk about this later. I haven't put out a record since 2014. I'll be putting one out on July 1st with all new original material. But this one is a favorite from the old record, recorded at Dirt Floor in Connecticut with Eric Lichter. More of a kind of a country rock vibe than what I'm doing now, but always an oldie but goodie when I get to play this song for folks. You were not in your room at a time when I knew that I needed you. On a night without sound, I walked alone in the dark, heavy-footed over heavy ground. And you were some kind of angel, the kind that comes as a flash in the door without want for more. And I was the part of you left, naked and exposed as one chord that was part of two. Then I saw you there in the storm, in the threads in the song, sand that's sifting through violins and tambourines and drums. And I wait for you as a whisper on your bed where you've gone, while the silent sounds of mercy heed to their call. You might find me undone. I track the speed and the distance between us and the setting sun. Looking out from up high, I stand alone in the ether, sorting signals from a rolling sky. There's some kind of message calling back from the rivers and the rails as they churn and wind. By a pulse we're connected, you and I, like a telegraph touching fingers on a slender line. And I saw you there in the storm, in the threads and the song, the sand that's sifting through violins and tambourines and drums. And I wait for you as a whisper on your bed where you've gone, while the silent sounds of mercy heed to their call. And I wait for you. And I wait for you. And I wait for you. 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 That song makes me miss having a band behind me, because we used to like really ramp, you know? There's nothing like having that band. We'll have one again, you know? You know what I'm talking about, Bill?
Yep,
Bill knows.
absolutely.
You can maybe imagine the band that was behind me in that moment, but if you check out the record, it's full band with that song. So a lot of these songs are like low-key versions of what I tend to write. I hear all the instruments. I hear all the parts at once, and it takes me a while to like pull those out when I'm composing and arranging songs, because I produce myself now and record my own music, something I've been working on. And in that, I hear all the band parts. So sometimes when I'm playing by myself, I'm imagining those sounds as well, and I hope you can too. This one's new. I've only been playing it this summer, just like this spring and summer, just getting it out. So it's kind of a debut song, like a birthday for it of sorts. And I hope you like it. It's about, a lot of my songs are about not giving up. This one is about when you kind of strike out to try something new, and you get nervous, you get worried, and you realize like you can't lose your focus, or don't look down really. Like if you're on a balance beam, don't look down because you could fall off. And the song is called Waver. talking circles in a hurricane, pulling covers just to feel the pain, saying anything you want to say, leave a firm mark, get out the way before it breaks, feel the sorrow of the looming day, let the truth land where it may in the big dark. Running now, you're burning up in the atmosphere, and you can't look down or you waver. Running now, you're burning up in the atmosphere, and you can't look down or you waver. Feel the earth move as you walk, seismic measures in the way you talk, moving pieces spinning in the realm of your own thought. Find you standing in the moods of change, turn your heart into a tiger cage, past the walls that confine this pain, there's a new start. Running now, you're burning up in the atmosphere, and you can't look down or you waver. Running now, you're burning up in the atmosphere, and you can't look down or you waver. You can't look down or you waver. You can't look down or you waver. Yay! Yay, happy birthday, Waver. The newest song in the batch. And then from there, I'm going to the oldest song in my batch in the book here. This song is called I Am With You. I also recorded this one quite a while ago. First on my EP that I did kind of like by myself DIY many moons ago, I believe in 2007. Climb Yourself Up. And this is I Am With You. Did it then. And then I recorded it again later with Tracy Walton. And I had all this great accompaniment. Krista Moon and Jay Roberts and all these great friends from Connecticut music scene came on the track with us. And we recorded it again. So this song's had a great life cycle. It continues to be, one of my favorites. And if we have any folks out there who are fans of the Muppets, you might recognize a little bit of kind of the metaphor here. If you think about Kermit's nephew Robin. Do you guys remember Kermit's nephew Robin?
I do remember Robin.
He would sing that song where he's like, halfway up the stairs is the stair, right? Halfway up the stairs is the stair where I sit. And he's like, I'm not at the bottom. I'm not at the top. This is the place where I always stop. Well, it must have stuck in my mind from being a little one, because this song very much has like stairs, climbing, kind of being comfortable with where you are, wanting to move further. And then comes the voice of sort of the universe saying, I got your back. You're going to be all right. And that's I Am With You. So I'll play that for you now. Climb yourself up to the top of the stair. Said if I got myself up, then I can make it down from here. You climb yourself up to the top of the mountain. Said if I got myself in, then I can get myself out. Yeah, but I am with you. I am with you. Oh, hey, I am with you. I am with you. Oh, hey, you climb yourself up to the top of the night. Said I could circle the earth and my grip were not so tight. You climb yourself up to the top of the cliff. Said if my heart weren't so heavy, I could make wings out of it. I am with you. I am with you. Oh, hey, I am with you. I am with you. Oh, hey, no, don't be afraid. This time your life will be saved. No, don't be alone. You'll walk through this life unharmed. For I am with you, I am with you. I am the stars in the sky. I'm the infinite question. I'm your wondering why. I am with you, I am with you. I am the moon in the trees. I'm the ocean of destiny that sings to you softly. I'm the ocean of destiny. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. I am. I am with you. I am with you. I am with you. An oldie but goodie. An oldie but goodie. Thanks for clapping. Thank you. I think I have two more. And I can't wait to chat. It's my other favorite thing to do besides yelling into the microphone and singing to folks at home. And I hope that you're having a great night and this is cool, and maybe you have some snacks and some friends over and it's a special time for you, and I'm just kind of serenading along. I'm just going to take a second to make sure I'm tuned, though, because that's the polite thing to do. I have a special group of friends that every summer we go to upstate New York to do a songwriting workshop with Dar Williams, who is also a very well-known folk singer that you may already be a fan of. And if you're not, please check out Dar Williams. She's been writing for decades and is just an amazing person. And we do these amazing workshops together. 30 folks will meet for a week in like a kind of a contemplative or meditative space and write. Turn those cell phones off and just get the guitars out. There's a lot of collaboration and a lot of inspiration. I do really well there. I get very inspired by being around other creative people. So I tend to write most of my songs when I'm retreating at the Songwriters Retreat. And this is one of them, also kind of new, like a 2015 song. And this one's about, I guess it's a political song, I'll say, in the sense that it's about change and wanting activism and wanting, justice, wanting justice. So the song's called The Knower, and if you can imagine sort of like a clairvoyant leader, like a general of an army or someone leading like a charge, and they kind of can see ahead that even though everyone's worried going into battle, they're gonna win. They just have to have the courage to get through the battle. So this one's called The Knower. I see the wall, and I hear the thunder. there's gonna be changes. Can't feel me now, but I know there's gonna be changes. There's gonna be changes. Can't feel me now, but I know there's gonna be changes. Hey. It's a rowdy one. It gets rowdy. I was like, maybe I should have given you guys a tambourine. We could have rocked out a little harder there. It's got a rock out part. So I'm gonna play one more, and this one's a slow one. A slow one for you. I don't know. It might be a tissues one. You might need tissues for it. If there's any Grateful Dead fans out there, that's what this
Yep.
is. That's what this is about. So this song follows the same character, Ramblin' Rose, who is, Ramble on Rose, the Grateful Dead song. What if that person, that character, came back around in a song later on down the road, midlife maybe, older, Dead's not touring anymore, old man's gone, and she still wants that freedom, even though she's kind of like in the life, back in the world with a job or a marriage or something like that. So it's about a free spirit. There's a scratch at the door, just a little room to breathe. And for a change I've been too honest, and now I cut you at the knee. And please make me a river and make me shallow, and don't let me die alone. Don't let me drown. Please, please, please don't say you want me unless you can hold me. When will you come home? I'm just as free as Ramblin' Rose. I heard your voice this morning, howling in the well, and I tried to laugh about it all. I tried to keep it to myself. Please make me a river, make me shallow, and don't let me die alone. Don't let me drown. made my big decision. I strapped you in my reins. Your hands are tied beneath you, with the heart of love to blame. Please make me a river and make me shallow. Don't let me die alone. Don't let me drown. Please, please, please don't say you want me unless you can hold me. When will you come home? I'm just as free as rambling rose. I'm just as free as rambling rose. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. All right.
For you to come over and sit here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So while Jen's getting over here, let me just remind you that yes, summer is upon us. Please check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure that they have good drinking water and at very least a fan when it gets to be those 90+ degree days. And the children in your neighborhood, make sure they have sandals on so they don't burn their feet on the tar. And let me talk to you about your pets. If you're walking your dog, remember that tar is hot. It's not good for your dog's feet. So let's take care of our neighbors. Let's take care of our children in the hood. It takes a whole community to raise a child. And if we would remember that as we reach out in our community, it would be a better place to live. Remember, community, common unity. That's what we're all about, right? Let's talk to Jen. I'm so excited. All right. This is exciting.
We made it.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to the attic.
Thank you.
You know what we do in the attic, right?
No,
We dish.
let's dish.
We're going to dish.
I like to dish.
How long have you actually been playing music?
Ooh, I kind of knew you were gonna ask that. I started playing the drums when I was like 7 or 8 years old because my father had a punk band and they practiced at our house.
Your father had a punk band?
Yeah.
Was it one that played around
Yeah,
in
like
the area?
the Ron's Place era, that downtown New Haven time.
What was their name? Because I was around back.
Editors.
The Editors.
Yeah.
I think I
Just
remember
editors
that name.
know the.
No.
He'd be really mad if I said the.
Oh, okay. Well, we
So-
don't want him to get mad.
Right.
I think I remember the name of the band.
Yeah, they played Ron's Place
A lot.
the night that it was raided, and they ended up on the cover of The Advocate because they were there when it
that's
got
why, yeah.
81,
that's
I
probably
think.
why I know the name.
So you could imagine Little Pony Bird is like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. I want to be on the cover of The Advocate, or get raided, or be in a punk band, or break
Or all of the
or
above.
break stuff, right? So there was always a drum set in the house, and that's my first instrument. So they, I think, heard me playing, and they're like, Mark is the name of the guy. That's not Mark. Who's that? It's like me imitating Mark, and then Mark was so cool about it. Over the years, he would let me do sound check for them when they had shows, and I thought I was like the coolest kid. Like, imagine you're like 11
Well,
and
you
you're
were.
right. You're at a nightclub and they let you warm up the kit, and people are like, "Who's that little kid?" And I'm like, "Little blonde girl." So drums are my first instrument, and I played drum corps in high school as well, competitive drum corps,
Nice.
and then went into like a series of bands as a drummer. PonyBird was later in life. The songwriting and guitar
When did you
is
decide
later.
that you wanted to transition from rhythm to melody?
Right. I think I've always been a sing-songy person. I probably drive people crazy because I will make a song out of anything. That was always there too. So rhythm and melody were always, and I love to dance. So movement
They all go
and
together.
sound and I are,
You've got a multi-dimensional brain.
yeah. It's never not been that way. So when people are like, how do you do that? I'm like, I'm sorry that I can't break it down for you. It's just always been like a little radio in there. So PonyBird came later. I had taught myself how to play guitar using like one of those posters that shows you guitar chords.
Yep.
Just sitting there like trying to figure it out. And then I moved to Colorado. And once I was out there, I got way into vintage country music. 'Cause
Nice.
every channel out west is either a Bible station or a country music station. And if you listen to some of the real good stuff, the old stuff, I'm talking like the old George Strait and the
Yep.
old
The good stuff.
Yeah, Marty Robbins and you know, I'm thinking of Reba and seeing like some of these country players play live and pick. I was like, I got to do that. Like I want to do that. So that's where a lot of those songs came out of that kind of aspect of my musical interest, but that's not like the whole picture. That's like one part. Like I love country music, but I love hip hop.
Yeah, right. So
So-
yeah, it's easier for people to say, what kind of music don't you like? Because if you ask me what kind of music do I like,
It's everything.
it is it's so eclectic. So being the eclectic beings that we are, you played music throughout high school in drum corps. How cool was that? And then you went on to college.
Yes.
What did you study when you were in school?
I didn't graduate right away. I studied everything. Undergrad was like a 10-year cross-country journey of like transferring. It was mainly art, studio art history, and percussion.
Okay.
There was a hot minute where I was like, that's it. I'm going to make it as a percussionist. Like, I'm the next Sheila E. And like,
There you
the
go.
drummer was, the guy that was my teacher at the time was like, do you understand what that means? Like, do you understand the discipline, the work? And
Yep.
I think a lot of people, I've met a lot of people like this who have immense talent and don't have the discipline.
To practice.
Right.
8 hours a day.
And know what the work is to put
Yeah.
it. Those are two different things that are hard for creative people. I learned my discipline more when I got my doctorate. But in the beginning of...
Did you hear that, people? She said it. I didn't ask her. She just told
Yeah.
you all that she learned discipline when she got her doctorate.
Yeah.
Not me,
Yeah.
getting a master's, a doctorate.
I think the master's helped too. So the undergrad journey was very like, I'm a pottery major, now I'm a philosophy major, now I'm a percussion major. And over time, I just sort of took all those credits and like handed it to a counselor and said like, do these add up to a degree? and which one is it?
And she said,
They're like, technically yes, but it was like very nonlinear. Then,
So you got did you get your bachelor's degree in education by any
no,
chance?
it was
What-
art,
what-
art history, art studio art and
Nice.
art history. Luckily, I had enough credits for a double major.
Nice.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you went on to get your doctorate.
Right. So I came back to the Connecticut area in New Haven. I worked for the New Haven Advocate, right, full circle there. Did a lot of promoting bands, like helping bands with website content, took photos for bands and websites. I've taken a few covers of like local bands' albums that of past. Was around so much then, more on the outside, not playing, but like being someone who was a journalist in music. But I was also kind of like unfulfilled, thinking like, am I going to spend the rest of my life like just sort of writing about other bands
And being in the background.
and being in the background? And also, I wasn't making a lot of money doing that, and I took a job in marketing because it's a good place to use art, photo imaging, and your sort of like writing copy and writing in general. But I was like, this is making other people rich, right? Like I'm using my talent for others. So after a few rounds of that kind of thing, I ended up getting a master's in education at Quinnipiac, and I got to use everything I've ever learned in my life in the classroom with the kids. Every tool in my toolkit, every creative interest, every life experience just spills out into that job. So once
But
I got a hold of the teaching, that was
Education
it.
is hard.
It is.
It's hard to be a teacher. We know several teachers, but we know teachers that excel at that. And so many teachers are also musicians.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing to me. Of course, Terry comes to mind because she does so much. And there's a whole bunch of, I could run a list as long as our arm about the musicians that have sat in that chair that are also educators.
Yep. Frank Critelli.
Exactly.
Was a high school English teacher, yeah.
He's coming here. He's been here a bunch of times.
love
Frank and I have a great rapport. He's brilliant, like you. He's brilliant. I see the brilliance of other people, and I'm like, because my brain doesn't work that way. I don't hear symphonies in my head. I hear the melody, or sometimes the harmonies. I pick up harmonies, and like with the Everly Brothers and Simon and Garfunkel, I pick up the harmonies. But other than that, it's not the same. I don't know if I could study if my brain did multi-level stuff like that. How did you process things when you had so many thoughts going on at the same time?
Right. So I think I've sort of figured it out in my adult life that I'm an introvert extrovert.
Me too.
I didn't know that.
Did we talk about that the other day?
I feel like a lot of people are talking about neurodivergence and like being introverted or extroverted and like their needs. And I didn't understand myself well until education helped me understand learners, right, and brains. Yep. So in learning how to help students kind of unlock their own intellectual, cognitive potential
yep.
and spirit, I learned a lot about myself, and especially doing research, kind of drilling into research and learning that how far and how deep you can go on a project.
Yep.
And how it never ends, right? Like dissertation is a 308-page project that I published, and I'm like, it's not finished. And I worked on that thing for 7 years. Right. So now with music, it's like putting out a record. It's not a dissertation. Like there'll be other records. Like it's great to have that sort of not instant gratification, but much more complete a cycle than research allows in the academic world. That's a harder labor and a longer game. But with the way that I process things now and learning about my study habits, I need a lot of time off. So if I do this show and then like Saturday I'm going to do a show in Albany, I'll spend Sunday I'm out. Nobody's going to hear from me because it's battery charging time.
That's the introverted extrovert. I think that COVID taught a lot of people, maybe you already knew it, but I know for me, COVID solidified. I already knew that I was probably an introverted extrovert, but when COVID shut me down, and I still had to go out because I'm in the human services field, I still had to take care of people. I begged people to let me stay home. Let me be the one that is locked in. And then when I was locked in 3 or 4 days and didn't see any people, I was like, I need people. I need people. They feed me. But then I need to be away so I can feed my spirit and my soul. So you just talked about records. This is one of them. This is the one you did in 2014 at Dirt Floor.
I did.
We love Eric.
Yeah.
Yep, we talk about him here. Many musicians that come on this show have recorded at Dirt Floor Studios. He's an incredible engineer, incredible producer. I won't say anything bad about him.
No, and he's still.
I could.
We're still tight. Like I just bought a synthesizer off of him last week. Yeah, like he helps me with gear. He's like, Daphne, come over. I have extra mic stands, and I'm like, great. Like I'll drive up to the mountain because he's up on the new mountain now, and we were co-writing right before the lockdown. We didn't finish. We have to finish the song we were working on together, and he was just sitting in front of this big grand piano with this amazing view behind him, and I was like riffing on some lyrics, and I was like, this is awesome. And it was March. It was like February or March, or and then it was like
then it was
I'm not coming
shut down
back. And to your point about the pandemic, I spent 18 months in the woods by myself, pretty much. Like it changed a lot.
As an introverted extrovert, how did that affect you spiritually?
I used social media and the internet a lot to get that part that you mentioned about needing people, and I think now I would consider myself like a content creator because of the amount of time I spent editing video, making skits. You're gonna laugh and go, no, not another thing that she could do. On YouTube, I have a series called The Cursing Gardener, and it's about being a garden failure because I started to grow my own food like everybody else in the middle of the pandemic, and I'm really bad at it. So I would just film myself for my friends, these absurd videos of me trying to like make my own deer deterrent and like burning my eyes out because it was like hot pepper in my face, just like dumb nonsense that I was doing trying to garden, and people were sending me their garden fails, and they were sending me like themselves playing music in their kitchen, and I would composite the videos and put them out. And that was my way of not only like getting some of that interaction, but giving to the community, like, here's something that's gonna help us feel connected. Send me all your funny things about.
Can I tell you how to what the best deer deterrent is?
Yeah.
Male urine.
Pee.
It is.
So I shouldn't have
It
boiled
is.
25 hot peppers in
Nope.
my own face.
No, you just get your best friend that's a guy
get
to
him to
come
pee.
over and pee around your strawberries or pee around your
Yeah.
peppers, and the deers stay far, far away.
My best friend that's a guy is going to be Brian Ember.
Cool.
Do you know Brian? Brian, I'll call you later.
I'll call you later, Brian. Watch the show first.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not a good gardener. I'm a good houseplant grower.
Right.
I grow orchids like I don't.
Right.
I throw ice cubes at them and leave them alone.
Right.
And they bloom. I just had 10 blooms it was this long. 10 blooms on an orchid. That's
Yeah. All
unheard
you
of.
have to do is put the ice cubes down.
Right.
But yeah, I went
So
I
cool.
went from like 0 to like cold frames and composting and like I was just fully immersed, and I lived in the woods, so it was nothing but critters. So it turned into a good comedy show. It was a good comedy show.
Well, I'm gonna find it and check it out because that's a lot of fun. We have an album here. I know that you guys can kind of see it, but let's tell us all the places people can find you, all the social media, all the websites, everything. And if you have shows coming up, drop those too.
Well, there's a lot. So my website is ponybirdmusic.com. I'm on Instagram at ponybirdmusic, all one word. Also probably on Twitter, same name. Facebook, I have a page under Jen Dauphiné where I also post updates about music. Sometimes the Ponybird page doesn't come up. They're weird sometimes with Facebook and pages, but there is a Ponybird page on Facebook. This Saturday I'll be in Albany with my friend Christina.
You mean tonight you're in Albany?
Oh, tonight. Tonight I'm in Albany at Lark Hall.
Which is too bad because it's almost 11 o'clock at night.
Got to drive now.
So
Getting in
see
the
ya.
car now.
So what are you doing after tonight?
So
Sunday
after tonight,
or next week?
I'm trying to
Second
remember.
week of June.
Second week of June. I definitely have a bunch coming up. I just booked 10 Selden in Woodbridge. I'll be
Okay.
there on the 24th, and on the 25th I'll be at Wickham Fair in East Hampton
nice.
with Terry.
Nice.
Plug for Terry, who is helping put together that group of, it's all women that Saturday
Yeah,
for that festival. So that's going to be pretty hot.
she's going to Australia, and like she comes back Friday, and Saturday she'll be in Maine playing a festival.
Nice. Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm putting together an Americana festival up in Maine. So
Very cool.
that will be a lot of fun. Anyway, Ponybird, she's got an album here. She's dropping a new album July 1st. Go to all of her sites. Maybe you can pre-order it. I don't know if that's a thing.
Oh, and I forgot to say, so that's where you can find information about my shows. My actual music is on Bandcamp
Nice.
and CD Baby, iTunes, Deezer,
All the
Spotify.
streaming places.
All you need to do is type in Ponybird, one word,
Ponybird, one word.
and I'm on all major streaming. And then this album comes out July 1st. It's called Deep Meets One. Deep Meets One, as in deep dish,
So
giving you the
please
intel.
come to the radio station with your new album. We'll put it on the radio before I want dibs.
You want exclusives?
I do. I'm asking, please, if I can have the exclusive. I'll put you on the radio before anybody else.
Exclusives.
Exclusive.
It's happening.
I want that. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to ask Ponybird to take us out with a song because
What else would I do?
what else would she do? No, she does a lot of, maybe she'll garden for us. Thank you for coming to the attic. It's a blessing to have you. Take your little mic off. Go get lined up over there and play us a song. And remember, Sailfest is on this year. There's also a couple of dates for Sister Funk down on the pier. And take care of your neighbors, mom and pop shops, Shop local. Keep your money in your community. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
It all seems so heartless, it all seems so numb. Your heart in the savages that it's won. I was just passing through when you turned on your light. Then you turned to me and smiled when the moment was right. With my foot in a tender trap, now you can carry me home. With words that are so delicate, you could tangle me on. Oh, I tried to live with grace, but I've just got to be honest. You and me have done wrong. I could be so selfish, I could be so blind. Your heart and the woman that's inside. I'm easy to please, so I let you decide. Then I'll forget to love you when the moment is right. With my foot in a tender trap, now you can carry me home. With words that are so delicate, you could tangle me on. Oh, I try to live with grace, but I've just got to be honest. You and me have done wrong. With my foot in a tender trap, now you can carry me home. Words that are so delicate, you could tangle me on. Oh, I try to live with grace, but I've just got to be honest. You and me have done wrong. Thank you, everyone.